Now, the ancient Greeks didn't have to cope with this problem because they actually had different words for different types of love. Though, having said that, there are some areas of overlap, and things are not always totally clear due to differences in translation. There are also some differences between the use of words in ancient and more modern texts. However, there are certain key principles, and today we're going to look at the 4 most important and try to understand a little about the concept or ideas underlying each one. The first of the 4 is agape. Now, agape could perhaps best be explained as a type of unconditional love. You're not bothered about superficial things like appearance or even temporary behavior. It's deeper than that. With agape, you accept or maybe look beyond a person's faults. It's also the kind of love which is tied up with self-sacrifice. Or it could be a one-way love in which you don't expect anything in return. You put the well-being of the other person before your own interests. In fact, you continue to show agape love even if a person rejects you. Some of the ancient Greeks used agape when talking about one aspect of the love parents feel towards their children, the kind which is a commitment but without any strings attached. Let's think about adolescents. Now, at times, they can be really cruel to their parents. They don't appear to love them back. But the parent hangs in there and loves them because of agape. Agape also includes a feeling of peace or contentment. And there's a strong spiritual or religious element to it. It's also the love we should generously feel towards our enemies. I guess, in a nutshell, it's a kind of one-way love, maybe in the face of difficulty. I'm sure you'll all agree that we're using the word love in a very different way from agape when we say, I love ice cream, or I love the way your hair looks. And that's because this would be translated in Greek as philia. If agape is in some ways automatic, philia refers to a more personal, consciously chosen love. It's the love we feel for our close friends. As one writer said, we could feel agape for our enemies, but we only feel philia for our friends. Philia love is about loyalty. It's a two-way love involving give and take. It's the kind of love we feel for our friends and our community, but also for things we like. William Penn, who founded the city of Philadelphia in the USA, wanted it to be a place of peace and cultural harmony, where people could be free of persecution. In fact, it became one of the cities with the best relations between white settlers and Native Americans. But what's all this got to do with love, I hear you asking? Well, Penn chose the name Philadelphia very deliberately from ancient Greek, because it means the city of brotherly love. Now, hands up if you visited London's Piccadilly Circus. Okay, then I'm sure you all know what statue you can see there. That's right, it's the statue of Eros, the Greek god of love. In the statue, Eros, or Cupid, as he was known in Latin to the Romans, is ready to fire arrows into the hearts of lovers. Now, Eros is what we mean when we say, I'm falling in love with you. Eros is romantic love. It's the feelings we have for a partner in the early stages of our relationship. But some say Eros is a relatively brief type of love. And if Eros doesn't develop into a longer-term love, then the relationship won't actually last too long. And that's where the Greeks' fourth type of love Storge comes in. Storge is a long-term affectionate love. Think about the love you feel for your brothers and sisters. That's storge. It's also the kind of love we feel for our best friends. It's an accepting, two-directional love between family members and between close friends. It's reciprocal. If the first 6 months of a relationship are all about chocolates and candlelit dinners and eros, then the years of mutual understanding, companionship, and support between two people, which can, if we're lucky, evolve from eros, is storge.